Listen, the past bananas, but I haven't seen it. You thought it was over, you bragging ignorance, you lack the vision. I'm sacrilegious, I feel my raptors, you ever offended my clearly crafted mission with crass intentions. You may have given them credit so they can save now. This ain't the end and you might as well go and lay down. Make way to witness the heights are going, I'm paid down. You pray for distance from guys like me, it's too late now. Preparation means opportunity, no? Being great is ambiguity, no? Too much to stay you for me, keep on hating, it's fuel to me, did you know? What am I done? What are my motives? What am I thinking? What do you think? What's to be done? Who needs a motive? I won't be defeated, they don't want to see it, don't want to believe it, but no one won't stop to the most uneven. I'm close to achieving my goals, I'm needing to show them everything that I believe in.
よし、入りました。よろしくお願いします。
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High.
もっといい試合あったんじゃない？まあ、なんでないと。ディフェンスからですね。すごい。
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here's Achan to start the drive. That's some space here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
On first down, back to Achan. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And 22 more yards there and another first down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Miami. Looking to throw. Grove. And that's incomplete. We can look at this Bronco defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked third in the NFL against the pass.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Here's 2nd and 10. A run straight ahead with Achan. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And what keyed their victory?
なんかな、なんで来るんだ聞いてるけど。
6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. A little juke. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
79 Broncos.
They'll run. Achan. And he will Take it in. Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll wind up with about 6 past the 30 to the 41. This game is so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Graham, and he's going to get the Broncos first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. The Broncos are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
On first
down, Graham. That strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Up the middle they go. Graham. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off. A pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
これはラン、これはフリップか。
Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Graham, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. You talk about this Miami defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
And from analyzing them and talking with their defensive coordinator, we know they have a full playbook. So look for them to mix up coverages, pressure one play, fall back the next. They'll do a lot of different things trying to confuse the offense.
Davis now. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Why?
First down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Fighting his way through contact. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
They gash him in a big way on that last run, and defense fortunate to tackle him on the 2-yard line, but doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with the defense's plan. And that's the one thing the coordinator has to do and make sure the confidence stays high. Okay, sometimes they're going to get a big play against us. That doesn't mean we change everything and abandon our game plan, but now they have to stiffen and try and keep him out of the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point attempt to come here.
あ、外した。
At home, he
や
missed
べ。
it. No good. And then
やっ
down
ちゃっ
by
た。
a point.
このルーキーキッカー遅いんだよね。意外と。いやー、この1点ちょっと響きそう。
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
全く止めれてない中でのこの1点はだいぶ低そうな気するんだよな。
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Now a 2nd and 2. Up the middle, H.N. And they'll bring it down at the 27-yard line.
惜しかったな。
As the drive continues, it's a first down.
いいブロックしたね。
It was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here we go.
Throwing on first down.
Okay, nice.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll be a loss of 10.
いや、今のが早かった。
And it'll bring up 2nd.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
to throw. He's got him.
マジか
A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we
いや
see,
マジか今の
we're excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we
Yeah.
actually live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the
上がり
sideline
きれて
after
なか
that
った
catch. They
か
fired out. That's a big game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to take another shot here. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown.
上が
A
って
big
だった
play there. 47 yards. And the Dolphins add 6 to their
し
lead.
かも
Now
こ
for
の
the
テイク
point
遅
after.
いからね
And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Up the middle they go. Graham. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Able to find the open man. And he will have the Broncos 1st down and comfortably so as he gets forward.
Yeah, 今危なかった。
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Graham. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 31, Davis. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fields. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. On 3rd down,
Wow.
it's Graham. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2 and brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8, and it'll be Dolphin and football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
66 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
Come on.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Achane on the counter, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll run for it with Achane. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a touchdown. Devon Achane with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now.
いやー、これは負けるかもな。
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
ダメだな、なんか今日コールが全然ダメだ。うまく出せない。
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Slant pass, Pollard brings it in. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
The throw over the middle taken in. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throw left side complete. That's Fields.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's King. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On first down, Waters. A hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Davis. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Second and 10. Operating from the gun, Davis. He finds his man complete. That's Fields. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run for 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the run. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. Good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
しんどいな。
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's out right at the 25. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This now a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Grove.
そっちかやで。
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Miami. 19 tight.
On 1st down, Grove. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
刈り上がって。
Now he's loose again, and they'll have it in the red zone before he
いやー、
crosses
走ら
over
れ
out
た
of bounds. 168 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They go play action here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
危ね
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Waters, and he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Davis from the gun on 3rd
Wow.
down. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
今やられた。最悪だ。
The slot man in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, did not allow him to cut
いい読みしたんだけどな。
Nice play design
埋めれ
there.
なきゃいいん
The
だ。
touch pass looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Grove. They set up the screen. H.N. has it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Boy, 175 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now 2nd and 3. Again, it's H.N. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
いやー、取れなかった。
To be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now it's
Yeah,怖いな今の。
gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, the goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 64 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
In motion, the tight end. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Davis. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's good.
Hey.
Touchdown, Broncos. A great
Sunday
play
Sunday
there.
危なかったね。
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos are back within a score. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps, a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very good starting field position. He's out just shy of the 40. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. To throw again, Grove. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Grove. That is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. Achane gets it from the gun. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Wow, 185 yards rushing for him now as he closes in on a 200-yard night. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
There'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll give this to Achane. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Achane is into the end zone.
おい、オプションのランニングバックはどこ行った？
Really stepped up to the challenge here because those mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Broncos 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw on 2nd and 10. Davis. And he comes back with one complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Waters, and he will have a Broncos 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Well, they've
been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, Pollard. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Waters. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Davis now throwing on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's King. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Denver has the 1st down to play, going for 15 yards. Looking to throw. Davis. He's going to be sacked at the 23-yard line.
綺麗に漏れたな。うわ、めっちゃ。
He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his 1st NFL sack. Another try after the 1st down sack. Davis. And that'll be incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Davis. Going to throw right side here, complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
To number 86, a gain of 9 yards, and the Dolphin first down. Get it!
Operating from the gun, Grove. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. On the handoff, it's Achane. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Ready, set.
Here's Achane. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll look to throw. Complete. Pollard. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That can finish things off for them.
Back to throw. He finds his man complete. It's King. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
He's back to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
At the 16-yard line.
Here's 2nd down and 3. He'll look to throw.
Wow. 読まれてた。いやー、読まれてた。
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Let's go now. First down, Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them this one is now planted.
So for Miami, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, Denver, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
いやー、悔しい。最後なー、スパイクボタンと、プレイを間違えたのが失敗だったな。いやー、負けたぜ。いやー、悔しい。いやいや、まあしょうがない。この負けがこのシーズン8のプレイオフを左右しそうな気がしますが、楽しんでいきましょう。ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。よかったらチャンネル登録、いいねをお願いいたします。またね。